Looks like we're going to be starting in about 3, 2, 1. Pills!
Levels 13 through 17. One of the last times we'll be seeing this level block is that it will be 14 to 17 in the final starting in 2022. But really, this is more of a test of strategy in these late levels. We're going to see the viruses stacked as high as they could possibly go.
For sure. And you have to be paying attention the entire time because there's just no recovering from an early mistake in these last few levels.
Yeah, and there's always definitely that danger of topping out on an early misflip, so you've got to be vigilant about what your plays are. But right now, an early lead for inphlox. It's a couple of viruses, and we're seeing two different things. We're seeing a lot of combo setups from Frank, but we're seeing a lot of just quick clears from inphlox, really just trying to keep his drop time minimal and keep his garbage minimal. We're seeing him with a bit of a stack of garbage right in the center of his board. And that's a big misflip right there. He's going to have to work that out, but it may work in his favor. He might be able to get that big column of garbage off. So nothing too disastrous there for inphlox as he's at 29, but Frank has taken a half a dozen virus lead.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a lead. One of the things that I think we're seeing inphlox do really well here is something that I was praising Packy for last match as well, is I think he's keeping his plays very simple and easy to understand. And that's an important skill. You can definitely get into situations, as I have, where you can't keep the whole combo in your head and so make mistakes.
You overanalyze the combo and really just defeat yourself. 3 viruses to go, but 16. Frank really steaming through here. He's going to be out of 13 at 1 minute and 46 seconds. We've got inphlox back for you.
It does look like a bit of a lead for Frank here. Although he has no red available on his board at the moment.
He doesn't, and I think inphlox might have made a bit of an error. Although now I'm seeing what he's doing. He's going to set this up for a nice combo, so a good setup there. Inphlox down to half a dozen viruses, going to get that quick clear down to 4, and has everything set up to where he can get out easily. I might have gone for that horizontal first, but at a 219, inphlox out, down by 10 viruses.
I think it was fine to wait for the horizontal because the next box said that he was going to have the exact same pill next. So he opted for the play that didn't involve fall time, and I think that worked out well for him. Meanwhile, Frank, having a little bit of an issue with the middle of his board, he's going to have a lot of fall time in columns 3 and 4.
Also, not a lot of top line support. He needs reds, doesn't really seem to be getting a lot of them. Also has created a big hole in columns 3 and 4 that he's going to have to work around. Inphlox, however, still down by 10. Frank maintaining that virus lead.
A little bit of a lead, yep. Inphlox making some very nice combos, though.
He absolutely is, and we're seeing him down to 33 viruses, but Frank pulling ahead greatly here, and you see he's looking to set up blues on that left side. He's going to be gunning for a really, really big combo here if he can pull this off. Waiting really on one more blue, maybe a yellow even, to bring that stack down. He's at 15, inphlox at 24, but that virus number is going to go down very quickly. And you see Frank with a little bit of hesitation, but he's going to get this double. Big clear, takes off a whole bunch of viruses, down to 6.
Boy, it's always fun to see those fire off once they're ready to go. And it looks like Frank was originally setting up to clear the yellow on the left horizontally and has now pivoted to clearing the yellow on the right horizontally. Actually going to get them both horizontally. How about that?
Frank
Out at a 408 and into level 15.
Inphlox
still finishing off 14, but his board is very clean. It won't take him long at all to take care of this last little bit. The main thing is going to be getting enough red till pieces.
And it looks like he's really holding out for some sort of red there. Looks like he's decided, he's just going to go after everything horizontally there. So taking that garbage out of the equation. Out at 438, which is still a really good time for those first 2 levels in the block.
Definitely a very solid time.
But it is
he's looking at about a 12 virus deficit at the moment. Not insurmountable, but it is definitely noticeable.
And I think inphlox might be trying to set up for something horizontal or just clearing that garbage out. Either way, he is at 56. Frank at 39. Frank looks like struggling to get a combo going here.
Yeah, he's set himself up into a situation where he kind of wants a double blue to finish off that combo, but he could also take a blue-yellow if he's willing to do that. Now really needs a double blue because the thing that would fall down is above a blue virus, but has decided doesn't matter, just gonna take it anyway.
29 to 24 here is inphlox starting to catch up. Frank not really being able to get any combos together. Inphlox having to chip a little bit down. He does have a little bit of a hole. Looks like he's now opened everything up there on that left side. He's at 23, Frank at 19, and now it's getting really close here, Dimwit.
It's very close. And I would say there's a bit of that's of the story that's not being told, because on the left, Frank has more or less set himself up to clear stuff out.
I like this combo by inphlox. Beautiful combo.
A beautiful combo from inphlox keeps him in the game. And he's going to be set up for just about everything. Just needs a little bit of yellow left.
Look at this combo. Brilliant play here by inphlox. He's down to 3. Frank down to 1. And it looks like it's going to be inphlox out just about 5 seconds after Frank here as we go into the penultimate level in this championship.
What a great showing.
Although that's
uncertain how to start his level. You see him taking his time thinking about where to place these pieces.
Bit of a questionable play over in that right corner by inphlox. He's really pinned himself down. He's going to have to work around that misplay, and this is really where you're going to see where those skills come into play, how you're able to handle these situations. You know you likely are going to have to clear that yellow up in 8 horizontally, and it's now just a matter of setting it up without making too much of an issue, although he cleared underneath, got it, dropped that garbage down, great recovery, and still staying competitive.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, that played out nicely for him.
And we're going to get a cross. Oh, great combo by inphlox. That gives him a 2-virus lead. So great bounce back from what was a very rough start to this 16.
Although Frank takes the lead right back with just a 2-virus lead in his favor now. And lots of combos set up on the right and left side of his board here.
It also looks like Frank kind of sticking to the simple clear strategy, really not going to fire off big hero combos unless it's absolutely necessary. He's down to 26, but inphlox, these two trading leads here as another triple there for inphlox gives him a bit of a lead, but now he's a bit stuck.
Yeah, his board has become a little bit messy all of a sudden, and a lot of the garbage is the same yellow color that is the color of the viruses he needs to clear at the moment. So that's going to be a little bit awkward to recover from. We're going to see him focus on clearing away the garbage and opening up his board so that he can make other more interesting plays.
And it looks like he's trying to bracket down, or he bracketed down 8, and he's got that nice horizontal clear, setting himself up for that blue in row 2. Keeping this very competitive, really cleaning this endgame up as inphlox down to 8, Frank down to 6, and we're about to see Frank get a drop cross or drop T here, and he's at 3. So very, very close here as inphlox getting some really good RNG. But Frank out at 9:15, and inphlox is going to be out at a 9:24. So very, very close going into the 17. And again, this is about as high up as those viruses stack, and an opening triple for inphlox, really bringing some confidence to his side. Yeah,
and I like this clears that he's done on the quite clearing them from in between is quite quite a bit more efficient than clearing them individually. Meanwhile, Frank is getting a little bit stuck at the top of his board.
He's getting a lot of red, and it's really slowing him down. He really has no access to red viruses, and inphlox taking advantage of this, having a bit of a virus lead here as we cross the 10-minute mark. But a lot of garbage, an unclean board for inphlox, but he's starting to hammer down and really starting to get into the thick of the 17, though. Now no red for inphlox to play with.
And I think Frank is being very stubborn about waiting for exactly the right piece to fire this off. He's finally got it, and we're now going to see some trouble having only yellow available.
And inphlox now starting to hammer away. Good garbage management there, getting that blue setup over in column number 7. He is still maintaining that lead, and a couple of really huge spires on Frank's board. Frank normally very good at keeping that top line down.
Yeah, I would agree. Although I would also say the inphlox board has become a little bit messy in the last few moves, and he's now having to deal with garbage, yellow and blue garbage.
And a bit of a questionable placement. Oh, and a big misplay. He's got to drop garbage down. That might be a big issue here. That might be the defining moment of this first game. But inphlox trying to keep it competitive here, still maintaining that 3 virus lead, and now starting to whittle garbage off the middle of his board, and really not really seeking out where he can clear the garbage and clear his board up and get that board health to a considerable state. Looks like he might be holding out for a blue. Meanwhile, Frank now has evened it up. 20 viruses for Frank, and here comes a cross from inphlox. This is huge.
Yeah, his board is definitely coming down to the bottom of the screen, and he's been doing a good job of cleaning things up, but another misdrop, it looks like.
And that's going to be game 1, Frank here, as he's down to his final 3. He's going to be out at a 12:07. But up until the middle of that 17, Dimwit, this was a very, very close game.
Incredibly close. A great showing from inphlox. Great showing from both players.
So Frank up 1-0. Frank looking
to be finishing out his level here. It's good for us because it means we get to see some accurate statistics about his finals average times.
and he looks like he's going to be just short of 13 minutes. I said just short of 13 minutes. Thank you. 12:59 is the official finish for that. 13 minutes is usually a good baseline for a finals time. Just taking a look at our hot times here. The top 20s in the 12.5 minute and up range or down range. So 13 minutes for your first finals run, very good.
Agreed. And looks like we'll be coming up on another game here as they both reset their screens, get their level sets dialed in, their music choices dialed in, their speed choices dialed in. We got readies from inphlox, ready from Frank. Just waiting on a countdown. Here comes game number 2 in 3, 2, 1. Hills.
And Swang pointing out in our chat that Frank has not dropped a game in any finals he's appeared in. So that's a really interesting bit of information. We'll see if maybe inphlox can be the first one to take Frank down in at least a game in the finals.
It's quite a legacy. I really like both boards here. They're both very friendly to getting some good work done early, and both players taking good advantage of that, as we are looking at a small lead for inphlox to begin with. About 7 viruses. Oh,
but he didn't get the double blue down, but got another double blue to save him there. So, and then gets another double blue to get what he wanted in the first place. So RNG very favorable. But now, speaking of blue, there's not much in the way of blue for inphlox to access.
That's right. Of course, because there isn't much blue, He doesn't have to be very careful with his blue, and so that decreases the importance of the mistaken blue drop from earlier in the game.
And inphlox going for a little tuck there, really ignoring that left side. He's left that double blue hanging. He'll have to do something over there at some point. With this double blue search, he could have had access to that blue. I think maybe he's hoping for a horizontal clear. Not quite going to get it, but gets that garbage to fall down. And down to 16 virus. Brilliant garbage management here early on from inphlox.
Yeah, I was going to point out an interesting situation on the left of Frank's board. One of the things that he had done was set up in a way that either required a double red or required some clears from underneath a little bit later after things had settled. He did end up getting the double red, and so that didn't manifest as a problem. And we're going to see him finishing out level 13 pretty quick here, as he looks for a horizontal on the red to simplify the clears on the blue and yellow.
But inphlox going to be out first at a 204. Looks like Frank might be a little bit handcuffed on that end game in that right corner. But he is going to combo out, and he'll be out at 212. So slight lead for inphlox going into level 14.
Very impressive outcome.
And we're seeing inphlox really trying to keep some sort of color balance. Not a lot of access for any sort of blue-red, really trying to do his best with what he can there. 41 for inphlox, 49 for Frank here, as we are in the second game of the October Speed Championship for Dr. Mario.
So, what's the situation? It looks like about a 12 virus lead for inphlox at the moment. He has a nice clean board, I would say. Inphlox does. Both players have a fairly clean board. No advantage in board health.
Frank having a little bit of a problem with blue access at the moment. He's got a blue high in column 3, but not really getting much to get that cleared out. Looks like Frank going to get a setup here for another combo, however. Not going for the horizontal triple. He's had a lot of access to that. And looks like he might be setting up, but inphlox now down to 12, and now he's going to likely hit single digits first, as Frank's struggling to get it something going here on level 14.
Yeah, he's been setting up this combo for a while and has finally had to admit that he's going to have to take some garbage on it. We're going to see a really close end game here, I would say, as inphlox about 10 viruses ahead.
You say really close.
And at a 408.
An amazing bit of RNG there, just getting everything off the board. This is a big lead for inphlox, and now we're starting to see him go to work with a quick horizontal clear.
Frank is going to be finishing out his level with a little bit of red at a 426, a little bit behind. Looks like inphlox is going to get a very nice combo here.
Nice little drop quad.
Top of his board and keeping things nice and level as well at the same time.
That was 4 pills, 8 viruses off of inphlox's board. Incredible efficiency there. Great RNG as well. It's a 16 virus lead for inphlox. He is just not letting up on the gas.
Fantastic. We're going to see another nice combo out of inphlox. And Frank building up kind of high on his board. Looking for that double blue clear, didn't quite get it, and so going to have to make other plans now. Looks like he's going to clear the red that's underneath that blue horizontally, but it's going to be a struggle to make that happen.
And we're about to see inphlox start to manage that spire in column 8. He's really ignored both the sides of his board as he was just trying to get down to the bottom of it. Looks like he's managing that spire just fine. as getting another double and then going straight into another double. He's down to a dozen here. He's got a 20 virus lead on Frank right now.
Wow.
And he's going to drop into another great combo management, great garbage management here by inphlox. This is a much different inphlox than we saw last month.
Agreed.
And
We're
inphlox
finishing out level 15 here. It just needs a little bit more red at a 17.
Brilliant run here by inphlox as he goes to 16, 68 viruses between him and the final level. He is looking to hand Frank his first ever finals game loss. 62 viruses to go here. Frank down to his final 15, Dimwit, as we're seeing a really, really clean end game here from the 2 seed.
Yeah, very clean. And going to be mostly focusing on getting rid of this red trash at the beginning so that he can have access to the blue viruses underneath it. A really important thing because he has essentially only blue left. He has a little bit of red, but by the time he gets that blue off the board, he will definitely have gotten at least one red pill. There it is. And we are down to only blue, in fact, and not just essentially so. And he's really struggling to get to the end of 15 as inphlox.
Oh, Frank topping out.
Whoops.
And he's going to restart.
This looks like a serious problem. Almost certainly going to be a win for inphlox, as you're recovering from an entire level of deficit is incredibly difficult.
And at this point, with that top out, that does mean that inphlox has lapped Frank here. That's the second time we've seen inphlox do that this afternoon. Just absolute brilliant play, and what looked early on inphlox's board to be a real struggle, starting off 16. You're being told not to curse it in chat, so
don't say swears.
I think you had one too many of those clam chowder popsicles that were on your stream there. Anyways, we've got 24 viruses to go here as inphlox, barring disaster, will have locked up game number 2.
Wait. I thought you said don't curse it.
Oh, well, now it's my turn, I guess. But 14 viruses to go here on level 16, and Frank is more than a level behind. And I don't know if inphlox is aware if he's keeping an eye on the goings-on right now, but he's definitely not playing like Frank has topped out.
Yeah, he's definitely keeping the pressure on. And I think that's just a good discipline to maintain.
I agree.
So we're going to see him finishing out very strong with a nice clean.
And a great endgame out at 9:15. inphlox is just blasting through this level block. Definitely looking at getting another hot time here, as he is now really got to be careful here on 17. He can't afford to top out, but I don't think he'll want to.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be part of the plan.
And the big strategy here on these 17s is really just to get the first couple of rows knocked out. Don't try to do anything too fancy. I oftentimes try not to rotate if I can. Just trying to get out of this level.
Yeah,
Frank
that does help you make a nice quick placement of your pill for sure.
Frank mercifully out of 15 at right around the 945 mark.
Meanwhile, inphlox setting up some additional great combos here.
inphlox starting to get a little bit rough on that RNG. Looking to get rid of that red. He's going to do it, but he's really got a garbage pile. But again, this is really a walk in the park at this point if you're inphlox.
Agreed, yeah. Frank is playing very quickly, as always, of course. We're seeing some great efficient plays, and he's planning ahead for horizontal combos and how they interact with his vertical clears, just like he always does.
And inphlox with a very blue-heavy top line here, as he is more than halfway through 17, looking to get the quad. And no, he's going to go... Oh, I see what he's going to do. He's going to get 4, 5, 6 viruses off here. He's just waiting for one last yellow. He'll get it. And hopefully you don't crash your game. Be careful, inphlox.
Look at him breathe.
You don't want to do that, because then you'd be starting 17 over. So you gotta be very, very careful with those combos. 16 to go here on level 17 for inphlox. Level 16 with 21 to go. Packy saying, "Good lord."
You know, Packy, don't say swears.
Frick and damn. 10 viruses to go here for inphlox. He's going to set up for another nice vertical combo. Inphlox just taking this one to the house. With just a handful of viruses to go. Inphlox could have gone for the tuck, got the horizontal, doesn't want it. But Frank now into 17, so Frank won't be getting lapped as this ends, but when you see those last 2 viruses on your opponent's board and you've just gotten into the last level, that's going to be at 12:25. That's a hot time. Tied for 13th with Floyd and yourself, Dimwit.
Wow, great job. Get those GGs out there.
So Frank with his first ever finals game loss, and a lot to do with that top out, but still inphlox is playing at an amazing pace, even with that rough level 15 for Frank. So it will be game 2 inphlox.
Looks like Frank may be finishing out his level. So we'll get to enjoy some of his play for a little while here.
And now I think he's realized what's happening, and yeah, a GG. So 1-1 here. Frank's first ever game loss in a championship situation, and inphlox is now tied 1-1 here as we go into game 3.
This is so exciting. So we're definitely going to have 4 games, and we won't know for another 2 of them whether it's going to be 5 or only 4.
Math checks out. We have a ready from inphlox. We have a ready from Frank.
Here comes the countdown.
If I can type properly.
We've got a 3, a 2, a 1, and pills. Let's see it.
Both of our players now off to the races.
Great opener.
And inphlox immediately going to work. These are both Frank's board stacked up particularly high, though there's a lot of gaps in the bottom of the board. Great for endgame play and a little bit of garbage management. But it's, again, an quick early lead here by inphlox.
Yeah, a little bit. Looks like he's made a slight misdrop there. Going to be recovering from that fairly quickly, but now inphlox has no blue on his board. All blue pills are garbage. He's opened up 1 blue in the right-hand side of his screen. Going to be using that, but caused some garbage in the meantime. A little bit of a messy board here.
And it looks like inphlox might be just overanalyzing on that garbage management, and just needs to go back to the strategy of keeping it simple. And it looks like he is here, as he'll set up a double stack on that yellow. But Frank's managed to creep back in here, and Frank not really going much for combos again, trying to just go for quick, simple clears here as we cross the minute and 20-second mark for both players. It is just a slight lead to the 5 seed.
Yeah, despite the slight misdrops, inphlox hanging on to a bit of a lead here. And Frank is dealing with a situation where almost all of his red is off the board. So he's going to be finishing it with this double red here. Oh no, I'm mistaken. As usual.
Influx has a good end game, but looks like he might have forgotten to rotate that red-yellow, so he's going to be forced to clear that red vertically, but double red here is just what the doctor ordered. He could have comboed out on that, Dimwit, but he's out at 207.
A very solid finish. Frank's struggling to get the last little bit of blue that he needs here.
We've seen this story before, and we've seen how it ends. So we'd love to see the deleted scene, and we will, out at 225. But Influx really starting to tear into this lead.
And he's really opened up his board. Influx has.
Although he's got a little bit of garbage, though, what that does give him is options. He's at 37 now, and doesn't get the rotation. So, again, he's going to have a little bit more blue garbage. But it looks like he might be setting up here for a big combo. 34 to 49 here as Frank's starting to get things going here on level 14 down to 45 viruses. I think he's really holding out for that red-yellow, but might have to just call it at some point on it.
Yeah, I don't know.
He had the red-yellow and didn't play it on that top stack. So Frank really not going after that right side.
I guess he's decided that other things have higher priority at the moment. Influx has had a few, cleaning it up now, and keeping about a 5 virus advantage.
Really trying to make clears where he can, but definitely ignoring easy garbage clears. But now he's down to 15. But Frank has caught up. He's actually taken the lead here on virus count as Influx with a bit of a slow end game, and Frank's making him pay for it.
Yeah, we are seeing some very efficient plans from Influx, but he does need to get all of the pills to make it happen. And we're going to see him focusing on the yellow on the right first so that he can get those reds cleared.
Influx with a course correction, and Influx out first at 429. And it looks like Frank's going to be out at 431, so a 2-second advantage right now for Influx as we reach the midpoint of this third game.
Really not much to be holding on to. That kind of advantage can disappear very quickly at this level.
And we're waiting for Influx to get that red-yellow, and he's going to get a combo out of that down to 53. So very, very close between these two players as we hit the 5-minute mark in this third game of this championship. My name's JB Henry. I'm joined by Dimwit. If you're just joining us now, it is the October Speedrun championship here. The 5-seed Influx and the 2-seeded Frank looking to get very important championship points, but also secure a monthly championship. Neither of these two have won in some time, and in Influx's case, hasn't won yet.
We're seeing a very uneven board from Frank, which is pretty usual for him, but of questionable strategy value, I would say. He is getting quite a lot of combos set up and planned. Going to have a very nice cross clear here to open up the middle of his board.
Meanwhile, some stragglers off on the top left corner of Influx's board, now off of it. Influx holding on to a 3-virus lead here as we get closer to the end game here on this midpoint level. These players having to play levels 13 through 17 as quickly as possible. And as it stands, it is a very, very slight lead to Influx, our 5 seed. And a drop cross there puts inphlox at 14, but a very clean endgame here for Frank, looking to get that yellow clear, or excuse me, those reds clear on row 1. Looks like he's going to drop down, and good drop there by inphlox. He's down to 5. Now he's taking the virus lead here as Frank trying to get out of the level. It's going to be very, very close here as we get into this next level. And we're seeing inphlox once again set up for something nice here, just needing a couple of blues to do it. There's one, and there's the other, and out at 7:10. But it looks like, again, now we went from 2 seconds to 1 second ahead. So Frank picking up 1 second here as we go to the penultimate level.
Unbelievable.
This is an unbelievably close match. inphlox looking to take his first championship. Frank looking to can remain undefeated.
And inphlox has a nice setup on the left.
Huge cluster combo.
Out of the way. Gonna make a big combo there and opening up a little bit more blue on the right.
Meanwhile, Frank starting to whittle down that left side, has nothing to do for that red-blue, and you saw him hesitate with nowhere to go, but he's going to make sure it drops underneath with an underclear safely, and he's going to turn that into a quad, so he is down to 36. Really fantastic play from both of these players.
Yeah. And we're seeing Frank prioritize the left side of his board here as that's the place where he can get clears that don't cause fall time, I would say.
Big.
Yep, go.
inphlox with the in cross, and he is down to 20, but Frank under 20 first. Frank's got that barrage of viruses, but a lot of doubles, very, very friendly for him.
Frank using columns 1 and 2 as garbage columns already. Looking to get a tuck clear on the yellows in the middle, and now he'll have even more columns available for throwing things away if he needs to. But in the meantime, inphlox has brought the lead back and 1 virus ahead.
And we're seeing
clearing out the right-hand side of his board, get a little bit of red that will drop the blue to be in line with his last blue virus on the left.
And inphlox just needs a red, and this level 16 will be done for him out at a 9:30. And Frank has had a lot of struggling here on this penultimate board as he is trying to set up here for a combo. But again, you see that stack dangerously high on that left side.
And he's throwing away a lot of red. Can't actually use it in the way that he wants to because he has to clear that red from underneath.
But he is going to get
yellow in the way.
He is going to get that double. But inphlox off to an early struggle here. Had a misflip, nearly topped out. Looks like he'll be able to get that fixed down, but it is a 30-second advantage. But you wouldn't see it by the virus count. inphlox in a bit of trouble. And it looks like
that's a tricky situation. It looks like he's more or less got himself down to the safe part of the board, I would say. But that was a little bit hairy for a bit there.
But playing on high speed, you absolutely have to try to get that stack down. He does, and he sets up blue. He just has that red garbage on top. Really looking for a double red to help get him out of that rough situation. But inphlox holding on to about a double-digit lead here, as inphlox now making a smart play, using that double red to clear the reds on column 1. Now he can go red-yellow if he wants to, or red-blue. So really smart play there by inphlox.
Yeah. And Frank has had to cancel a bunch of combos that he had planned. It's been a bit of an awkward go at the beginning of this level for him.
And you see now inphlox up by 15 viruses as he's now getting double blues. He's now got a very split board, though, Dimwit, and that's really going to be problematic if he wants to set up vertical combos.
Oh, yeah. His 5 and 6 are completely empty, huh? On the other hand, that does leave it leave him with a very nice opportunity for a fat log on the right. Looks like he's going to go for that, and he's going to get it. And that's going to give him lots of opportunities to make horizontals to finish off the last little bit of the left side of his board.
inphlox now down to just 4 viruses as he desandwiched those reds, and he's going to be looking to get out of here. He might have to go horizontal on that blue. No, he's going to drop that yellow off. And it looks like inphlox is now in championship point territory as he is out at a 12:08, which is the 7th best time. So great run there by inphlox. So now inphlox showing us that he doesn't need a top out to take Frank down, and Frank now down 2-1.
Wow.
So inphlox just playing around on 18 here, and now he'll top out. But what a wild run here. Swang's saying it, I think, better than any of us. inphlox is playing otherworldly.
Yeah. Yeah, these have been some great levels for him.
We've got 64 of y'all joining us live. We really, really appreciate you. If you want to give us any support, all bits and subscription funds go right back into the channel, funding prizes and better equipment, not only for our live events, but better prizes as well for our players. Right now, if you've just joined us, you've picked a heck of a time to join us. inphlox, the 5 seed, has had a hell of a run here, having taken down a lot of really great players. And now he is in the finals against Frank, who is currently on, I believe, a 10 or 11 match winning streak, now down 1-2, a situation Frank has never faced.
Yeah, and we do have readies from both inphlox and Frank, so we'll be seeing the countdown shortly.
All right.
Here it comes. We have a 3, 2, 1, pills.
And you see inphlox focused here. All he's got to do is win, and he is the new October champion. And we'll have a hell of a coming out party here, as he'll have to take down Frank to do it. He just needs to win once again, folks. A really, really crazy finals here as these players go to town here. Frank on your right side, inphlox on your left side. My name's JB Henry. I'm joined by Dimwit. Let's do this.
I definitely like Frank's board a little bit better at the beginning here. He had a bunch of 2 virus combos set up for him already when things started.
Ooh, great drop cross there, getting 4 off the board. And again, here comes inphlox. We're less than a minute in, and he's up by 6.
Wow.
As we get 13 and 22 versus 13 and 26 for Frank. Frank really not doing a lot getting that top line whittled down. And you see that forced misplay in columns 3 and 4. Very uncharacteristic of Frank.
Meanwhile, inphlox setting up a fat log at the bottom, going to be using that to open up space for his blues.
And it looks like he's gone against that. He may have decided that he wants to go just on double clears there. He'll get the double blue, so he'll get the vertical. The question now is, how is he going to deal with that yellow virus?
Yeah, that last little bit of endgame is going to be a little bit tricky for him. Looks like he's decided to clear the yellow horizontally.
And he'll be out at 2 flat through 13. Meanwhile, Frank's still in double digits, now down to 9, as has a very yellow heavy end game, but once he starts getting yellow, you're really going to see him open things up, as we do right there. Frank's just got to get this little bit of yellow out, and Frank will be out at 218. But by virus count, it is a dozen virus lead for inphlox as he starts to drop some stuff down, and Bracket clears out a red in column 6.
And he's doing some great clears that that don't involve any fall time. It's really great planning by inphlox happening here. And look how flexible his board is at the moment. There are so many different directions that he can go.
And and yet no commitment to any one play, which is really nice. And really being smart about managing garbage. As he gets another horizontal clear, turns that into a triple. Now has a 17 virus lead on Frank right now. Frank is just making a lot of plays under hesitation.
Yeah, it's definitely definitely a thing that you want to stay on top of, is continuing to have that confidence to make instant decisions.
Big combo here by Frank. He's going to be at 26, but inphlox again just not letting up here, as he is now down to 14 and really starting to address that right side, as he is going to get an easy double, and it looks like he might be setting up for a combo here. He's going to get the cross, turns that into a great setup, and suddenly down to 5. And again, what I'm really noticing, Dimwit, about inphlox is he is setting up brilliantly clean endgames.
So clean.
And it's so important to just have spaces open for those last few pills, and inphlox is doing such a great job of it, as he's now out at 416 here. Frank has narrowed the gap down, but inphlox again just hammering
and we
down.
did miss a really cool play by Frank. Managed to get a horizontal double all of the same color. That kind of thing doesn't happen very often.
Out at 430, and inphlox here having a bit of a struggle, just whittling down that garbage top line. Good smart play there here, as it's still a dozen virus lead for inphlox against the 2 seed.
I really like inphlox's patience here. He's been showing that he knows when to wait and when to go for something risky, and that's a tough balance to match.
It absolutely is, and he's definitely doing a great job of seeing plays that we might not normally see. A good tuck there, going to turn that into a quad setup, and brilliantly done. Just absolutely well played here. And you have to wonder if that top out has really rattled Frank, because you've never seen him top out in competitive play, and it's always when you do that in front of such a large audience, it definitely means a lot more than just doing it on your own stream or practicing. So
Sure.
You gotta wonder mentally if that's affecting Frank as well.
I do also think there's another factor in play here, which is one of the things that Frank likes to do is to sacrifice average time in favor of PB time. And
Right.
the thing that you do to do that is to make very risky plays and just hope that everything works out the way you want it to.
Yeah.
And if you're playing a marathon run, then sometimes it doesn't play out the way you wanted it to.
We've got an 8 virus gap here. inphlox still maintaining a lead here, as we're getting close to an end game for both players. Now down to 11 to 17, as inphlox now starting to set things up. Might be looking for that horizontal out in row 4. We'll see what he decides to do. He's going to get that red off the board, and looks like he might be setting up for a horizontal, and that definitely looks like what it is here. Great combo here. Brilliantly done. He's down to 3. Frank at 10, although Frank's got a pretty good end game himself.
Yeah, I would definitely say that Frank is bringing things back here. as inphlox's final bit here is a little bit messy.
It absolutely is, and he might be forced to have to clear out some garbage, but he does, and now he's free and clear on that red. But Frank's going to be out first at a 7:18, but a 7:22 here. It's all going to come down to a horse race here. 2 levels to go. Frank coming back after being down by as much as 16 viruses here in this 4th game, now ready to attack and force a game 5.
This was a huge comeback. And now Frank pulling even farther ahead with 6 virus lead at the moment. Let's see if inphlox can pull it back. Inphlox setting up for a big combo to clear out some yellow and making a platform to have access to his horizontal on the blue on the left, but he has made things a little bit messy. I'm not sure that I like the board that he has at the moment.
He absolutely has, and could have comboed out, but I think he's really starting to kind of play a Frank style here, where he's just holding out for that big combo, and he might have to start thinking about abandoning it at some point, but he is going to finally fire it off. But Frank now with a near double-digit lead because of that holdout.
Yeah. That risk really didn't pay off this time. We're seeing about a 15 virus advantage for Frank at the moment. And Frank's going to put together a really cool combo here. Nice cross to finish off the last little bit of yellow that he was holding on to there.
And we're going to see a cross from inphlox. He's going to drop some garbage down. Now he's really starting to get on the attack here. He gets a 0 drop clear, whittles some more down, and really starting to attack here, getting rid of more garbage. But it is a 20 virus advantage right now for the 2 seed, as inphlox now again really starting to try to mount that comeback, but he may have held on too long for that early combo, and we're now seeing him pay for it, as it is now a 29-15 game. inphlox trying to get some combos here, but Dimwit, it is a very double friendly board for inphlox, and Frank really not a perfect end game, but it's going to take him a little bit more time than he'd like.
Yeah, I don't know. He only needs a little bit of red at the moment, and he's getting a double red, which is going to clear things up very nicely. So he'll be out pretty soon here at a 9:46, with inphlox still struggling on the left. The viruses he has on the left are very difficult to combine together into a single clear. So that's going to be 1 virus at a time. It's a very slow way to finish off a level.
inphlox taking a look, you're seeing he's past the 10-minute mark, although has now starting to turn this into a clean end game. Meanwhile, Frank here on 17, starting off a bit shaky, looking for a red-yellow here, I think, optimally, and he is going to get it for a big combo here, taking off a bunch of viruses off his board. inphlox struggling here, just getting to this last virus, out at a 10:28. Let's take a look at what the margin is. It is a 20 virus margin, as Frank now makes it 24 as he gets a big clear, as he's welcoming inphlox to level 17. This is a crucial game for Frank. He needs this win to force a game 5. inphlox wanting to put this away, but the margin seems too great. But we've seen bigger comebacks happen before. We saw Frank just come back from being down 16, and we're now seeing inphlox starting to make moves here, but getting very, very rough RNG, as a good clear there to get some viruses off, and a big combo. Oh, a huge combo. That's going to put inphlox right back into it, cleaning up that 17.
Yeah, that was huge. And I think we're seeing some incredible planning by Frank as well. He just has an amazing vision for what's going to happen 6 miles down the board. But maintaining about a 20 virus advantage, and now struggling to find uses for his yellow. Going to have to be using that as a garbage dump, basically. And that's slowing him down a little bit.
He's going to have to force out some clears for sure, as it is 17-41, or excuse me, 41-25, 17-41. That's the level count. Tomorrow we'll work on shapes.
But inphlox continuing to make a very solid run of it here. Oh, a slight misdrop there, I think. But
Turned it into a good play, though. Dropped some garbage down column 8. Meanwhile, Frank has a very split board and a spire on both sides of the board. Going to be tough to manage. That might be the opportunity inphlox is looking for, as he's going to do a garbage drill down to 26 viruses. He has narrowed this down to 14, and he is continuing to put the pressure on with a nice clear across the board. And now another horizontal clear puts him at 20. It is 8-20 as we get into the end game here of this fourth game. inphlox with a split board, Frank with a bit of a split board, a big cluster in that left corner. And we're seeing just setups and setups and setups here. 4 viruses.
4-14, the last level. And just a few pieces left for each player here.
Frank's going to lock it down.
The blue that he needs to finish off all of these viruses, and Frank is going to take it at a 13:01.
But an absolutely close game. inphlox held the lead for the first half and was up by as many as 16 viruses early over Frank. But Frank managed to mount a comeback, and inphlox kept that finish very, very close. We are going to a Game 5 decider for the championship.
Let's go!
And a 13:34 for inphlox.
Let's go, let's go. All 5 games.
Championship point. Championship point for... It's going to be a championship point for both players, as the cheeky last clear from inphlox. Oh! And everybody thought, oh, 2 straight sweeps, whatever. Psh.
It's going to be a short night, right, JB?
Not at all.
For Dr. Mario, sorry, we only had 6 games. But here we go with our final game in the final match for October. We've got a ready from inphlox and a ready from Frank. We're going to be getting the countdown in the chat for the 5th game. They are 2-2 in a best of 5. inphlox playing on high speed. Frank playing on medium, giving him some maneuverability. The countdown is 3, 2, 1, and pills. Let's see it, boys.
One final match for all the marbles. It has been Frank, inphlox, inphlox, Frank, as we are in this 5th and final game here to decide the October champion in Dr. Mario.
inphlox off to a start with a bit of garbage, but so is Frank. It's just a fact of the Dr. Mario game, I would say.
And we're seeing inphlox making some setups here. Ooh, averted disaster. Very quick correction. Almost misplaced that. Managed to fix that up. And we're seeing garbage repair from both of our players, rather just from inphlox. As
I got to a bit of an early lead with 36 viruses to 40, although inphlox bringing that lead down to just 2 viruses now.
And inphlox dropping that nice combo into a horizontal, also opening up more of the board here, getting another horizontal clear. inphlox really likes doing that to open his board up. He's down to 27. He has evened things up with Frank.
Wow.
And another combo there.
Meanwhile, Frank is trying to find ways to make clears that don't drop things 72 rows, but it's just not happening.
Drop T for inphlox. He's down to 19. You have to assume that that red all the way up in column 8 is going to be the last one that inphlox deals with. He has really left that one hanging high up on his board.
For sure. And looks like he's really setting up a very nice end game here, trying to get the red on the left horizontally, which means he has to be very careful about the way that he clears the yellow. Gonna get that first bit of yellow cleared and the second bit.
I like this play. This is really good. Not quite setting up that horizontal, but we'll get the double clear in the corner. Both players less than 5 viruses to go. inphlox looks like he will be getting out first. It's a 208 for Frank and a 210 for inphlox as we go to level 14. And inphlox already approaching that right side. He's going to drop down. He's going to get another combo. No, he's not going to go for that combo. Looks like he might be trying to set up prematurely for a horizontal. And he's going to get it. Look at this. Brilliant play. Great vision by inphlox. It is 49-53 as we approach 2.5 minutes.
Both players with very clean boards at the moment. Frank is setting up for a horizontal on the blue to drop everything down, and that gives him a 3 virus advantage with that huge combo that he just dropped. But inphlox firing back. Getting a nice situation for clearing this yellow in the middle of the board very efficiently by placing it horizontally.
Good horizontal here, getting things set up. Good. Another great horizontal. You'd think those are just pieces of garbage, but inphlox turns it into magic here as he is down to 27. Frank at 30. Frank trying to get that left side of the board whittled down. A good endgame board for both players as we are now in the final 24 viruses for both players. Another big combo there for inphlox as he is maintaining pace with Frank. A big name to do that with. Gets a nice little triple combo tuck right there. Absolute brilliant. And then drops into a T. These are the combos that are getting inphlox these big wins. Just these big unexpected combos. A good drop combo there, or a good clear there rather, as this is looking to be a very clean end game for inphlox.
Yep.
And Game Show Man in our chat saying this is a slugfest. You've got that fat, crooked log putting the virus count under 10 first for inphlox. He's got that entire blue cluster. Let's see how he plays this one out. And he is selecting to go underneath on that blue. And inphlox now out at a 424, really starting to pull away.
Yeah, and Frank is really struggling to get the last few pieces of his board cleaned up here. Just needs a little bit of red, but somehow doing something strange that I don't understand at the top.
There's the really big combo emphasis here for Frank, and I think he's now, as he's now cut off that left side, he's got the combo, but that was really scary there. He's out at a 453. He's down by about 30 seconds.
I see. The thing that I didn't understand was the blue that he was placing up there, but that turned out to be really important because the combo that he wanted required the blue garbage to clear.
Ooh, and I think
incredible vision by Frank there.
Bit of an error. Oh, go on. Sorry. Big
behind.
Big bit of a mistake there by inphlox in column 5. He's got that red garbage. I think he underestimated his drop. That's giving Frank an opportunity to come back here as it's now a 4 virus deficit for Frank. Inphlox really looking to get that red garbage off the board. He's finally starting to address it. He's going to turn this into a beautiful 6-pack combo, nice. Opening that lead right back up. Oh, and a misflip. You saw it on Inflox's face.
This is watch people die inside territory.
He's at 28.
And Frank's setting up for a very big combo here. As soon as he gets a bit of yellow, there it goes. And that's going to put him about 3 viruses ahead.
Frank retaking the virus lead as inphlox looking to maybe set up a horizontal. He's got something up his sleeve on that right side. We'll see what he decides to do, but Frank's starting to pull away himself now. It is a 8 virus lead for Frank as inphlox really needing to start putting the pressure on. He is at 20. He might be looking for that big hero combo. Let's see. He's going to get a garbage clear to drop. He is on that right side, but Frank with a really clean board, very double friendly. He'll get out of this one first, and he'll get out quickly.
I definitely think so. I think there's just a much messier board from inphlox at the moment, and we're seeing some very, very clean play from Frank. Just needs a little bit of blue and a little bit of red, and he will be out of level 15 at a 701. Meanwhile, inphlox at a 705 with 8 viruses left, just trying to get the last little bit of this end game going. looking for some yellow, I think, but has passed up the opportunity on several bits of yellow. So something strange happening there. Possibly a
Yeah,
mistake, but going to be in a situation where he can use all of his yellow now and finishing off level 15 at a 7:33, almost 30 seconds behind. So this is a big lead for Frank at the moment.
it is a 15 virus lead for Frank as inphlox now starting to go to work. And he's going to drop down. He's going to get some viruses off the board, get a few more here. He's really got to be a bit more aggressive. There's no game after this, so he's got to put this away for the win. We're going to see him get a nice clear there. Beautiful drop into a T. He is now at 54, trying to close this gap between the 2 seed and himself. And another big drop there, setting up more nice combos over on that left side. And now the middle of that board a little bit more cleaner, as it is still about a 16 virus advantage here for the 2 seed.
Yeah, and there was a long period there where Fox really didn't have a great place to put yellow pieces. He's opened that up now, and I think we're seeing good side effects of that diversity being made available to him.
Very bold double tuck that we just saw from inphlox. In row 5, had the double pill, went for the bold tuck, and those are the plays you need to be making when you're this far behind. And we're going to see a quad here. It's now a 10 virus advantage, and it's getting whittled down even further with these clears by inphlox.
Yeah. Yeah, meanwhile, Frank has set up a lot of doubles on the left side of his screen. Just needs to get pills with the right color pairs, and he's going to get them. It's
a
just
triple and then a quad. It's now 6-4 here. As we get into this final level, we're going to get a triple clear. We're going to see inphlox down to 3, Frank down to 2. This is exciting. The penultimate level. Frank's going to be out first at a 9:25. Where are these reds for inphlox? There's one. Where is he going to get the other one? There it is. It is a 7-second advantage for Frank as we go into the final level.
inphlox has brought it back from a 30-second advantage to just 7 seconds. This is crazy, JB. We are going to see some amazing things happen in this
a big misplay, though, by inphlox over on column number 1. He's going to have to work around that. That might be it. That could be a very, very critical mistake. You can see the body language on inphlox, absolutely disappointed, as he is now trying to get anything fixed there. He is cut off from column 1 at the moment. He's going to have to work through things, and he is almost topped out. He manages to fix it, and he's now trying to whittle things down. He is going to get a drill clear. It is 61-54. Frank has taken a lead, and inphlox knows he's got to work around to get that red clear to the top of column 2.
No,
another misflip, and he's going to top out. He's got to go back. He is down 22. He is not out of it, though. Back he goes.
That was pretty sure that was an intentional top out after that second mistake. It just was too much to recover from. Decided to go back to first principles and make a nice, easy beginning of the level instead.
And that's what he's got to do here, though. But he is down by so much with that top out and mistake. He's really got to play super aggressively. We're going to see some really bold play here from inphlox, but it is almost a 25 virus deficit right now for the 5 seed. He's really got to work things back, and it looks like he's starting to play incredibly aggressive on that left side, really just trying to see anything that will work for him.
But you don't want to give Frank an advantage like this. He's just going to play nice, simple, orthodox moves for the rest of the game and take it home, I expect. And, he's way down at the bottom of his board where you have plenty of time to make decisions in case something crazy goes wrong, you make a misflip or whatever. Going to have plenty of time to recover from that in thinking time.
inphlox has gotten this down to 20, but now he's into a situation where he has no red to play. This is incredible, though, that inphlox has been able to even mount a comeback of this magnitude. He is still down by 20 as Frank down to his final 11, and it looks like Frank is going to have a clean board here, setting up a combo in column number 6, and he's going to set up another combo as well, going to get the double. And there's a combo for Frank, and Frank just needs a handful of pills, and this one is over. an absolute heartbreaking top out by inphlox in what was a close game. But Frank is your October champion, despite an amazing performance from inphlox. Well done, both players. But Frank, your champion in October.
GG's. Wow.
And this is why we play them all, folks. But inphlox is going to get 2 championship points. Frank's going to get 4, and has essentially clinched the 2 seed for the December championship. But what a showing by inphlox, Dimwit.
Wow, and that comeback on level 17. I mean, it's got to be heartbreaking to have to start that level again and to play with such fortitude after that. Very impressive.
And Swong in our chat is nominating that for match of the year. I can't say I disagree with that. What a fantastic back and forth match. And inphlox had Frank on the ropes, which we can't really say all too often.
That's for sure.
Anyways, folks, that's all we've got for you for this stream. But what a fantastic run. Congratulations to Frank. He's now won 3 brackets and has secured himself the 2 seed. So we will definitely see him in December. But for Dimwit, Savage Octagon, Packy, and Ethan, and of course our restreamer Benji, all of our players, and you at home, all 76 of you joining us, we're going to throw you over to Classic Tetris, where they've got the bronze brackets going on. You might hear our buddy Chris Bidwell. Actually, we're going to send you over to the Classic Tetris too, because that's where I know he is.